Well done. Well done. All right, welcome back, viewers, to episode number 35. And by the look of us, you must have guessed what the topic is all about.
Yes, and our friend
So,
Ashwin has went to the hall to check
yeah,
this.
and you watched it on a torrent. Shh.
The secret.
Well, we have both watched the movie Annabelle, and we are here not to give the review about the movie, but
Yes.
uh, we,
Share you the
but
marketing case study.
we are sharing the marketing case study, and recently, Anmol and I, we have found a love for controversial topics.
Totally.
Just like we love Modi ji and Ram Mandir, we are here to talk about Animal as well, because there's a lot of controversy, a lot of negative publicity about the movie. So, Anmol, let's deep dive into it. What went right or wrong?
Yeah.
Actually, a lot went right with this movie
Yeah,
because
a
the
lot
movie
went
did
right.
multi.
People wanted to make it wrong, but it all went in favor of the movie.
Yeah, everything went in the favor of the movie. It did what more than I think it's a blockbuster movie. As
Yeah, I
many
think
crores.
we all learned from Elon Musk that no publicity is
Bad
waste.
publicities.
No publicity is bad publicity. Everything works in your favor if you want to
Everything
make
works in your favor. If you are clever enough to wait, I'll just keep this glass on the side because if it breaks, my wife will break my. So everything, if you should know how to turn it in your favor, and so a lot of clever marketing has gone in
in
this
the
case
marketing.
as well. So we are here to discuss that. So let's begin with what do we talk about? Like, I actually let's begin with the comeback of Lord Bobby in this movie.
Yeah. That is one of the biggest factors many
Yeah,
people
I
got
think this was all for him
yeah,
to
it was for
Lord
him.
Bobby. So the our long locked hero from the 90s has made a comeback as a villain
After
in this
18
movie
years, I think so, right?
after 18 years of unemployment and frustration and being a meme character for all this while. Actually, his name Lord Bobby was also a meme. It was a joke about him, which he turned it in his favor, and now
Wow.
he has been knighted
Yeah.
Lord Bobby.
And now everyone is, on his songs making reels.
Yeah, so till now there were memes about his Gupt songs and Bobby, they were being the fake DJ and all those things. But so here we should talk about the step in marketing which comes at a certain point in any business, and it comes in our life or career as well. And that's what has Bobby Deol has done to himself. He has diversified a diversification. Let's talk about diversification here and more.
He
So
has
Bobby Deol
diversity.
was a chocolate boy hero, kind of action hero, something in between. He came with Barsat, with long locks, and he was taller and different looking from his brother Sunny Deol, who was already a macho man character. And
Right.
he did well for a while. Then he disappeared. Obviously there were much better heroes and actor, or maybe the times were changing. And and there was a long period, dark period in his life. So I watched his interview, and the poor guy had suffered a lot. We had a lot of fun in his name, but he suffered a lot in that period, and I can feel him. It won't be it is not nice to be in his shoes. But what did he do with his career? He diversified. He decided to do play character roles. He has done it in some of the Netflix and OTT platform movies and series. And here he decided to be a villain. And what a villain he has been! What a villain! Abrar has become. He overshadowed the hero himself, and
Yeah.
just not even 15 minutes of role, right? So, what
Right.
was your take when you saw Bobby Deol in the trailer, and then when you saw him making an entry in the movie? What was your reaction? And what?
So first of all, like when I started the movie, it somewhere inside of myself, I was expecting and hoping that he should come early in the movie, but it was far later. After the
Yeah,
first break, only you get to see his first song and him in the movie. So that was a bit longer period to wait for him, but of course it was worth it. And then
hmm.
of course everything starts
That's
with
again
the
the genius of the movie maker, right? Like he has created the curiosity. I mean, you as a movie goer, you keep sitting through the movie and you're waiting. Bobby Deol kab aayega? Bobby the Hulk Mega, because there was so much hype made out
उस टाइम तो
around that.
आई थॉट दैट मूवी में सिर्फ गाना ही है उसका, इसके आगे कुछ नहीं है.
I mean, with the Jamal Kodu song, like, and some long lost Iranian song that Sandeep Reddy Vanga found on
Right.
YouTube, and he used the original version actually. There are many versions of this song, and he used that schoolgirl version of that song, and he has used it brilliantly in that movie. And yes, so building their curiosity and binding you
Curiosity was
throughout the movie. Yeah.
yes. And an
So,
engagement, I will say. Like,
yeah.
of course, on every move, when there was a bit of curiosity being built up, you were expecting that, okay, now Bobby Deol will come. Maybe he's coming now.
Yeah.
But of course, it was the story of, Ranbir Kapoor having conflicts with his dads initially, and then how things changed. He came into the picture, and then that they are brothers. It all got related, and then finally Bobby Deol come with that song.
Yeah, yeah. So
Then
spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Don't swear at us for people who haven't watched it.
then
But you're already
there's
too late. You're already too late. If you haven't watched the movie, you're already too late. So one of your friends are gonna break the story to you. And
right.
yes, so now
And
let's
then when
now
he
come.
came, the way he has built his physique, first of all, that is really commendable. At
Right,
this
right.
age, he has reshaped himself. That was
Yeah,
amazing
in
to
his
see.
fifties. In his
Yeah,
fifties.
in his
Yeah.
50s. And then after that song also, he acted really well, I will say.
Hmm.
Everything that he did in the movie was pretty interesting to
Yeah, he
watch.
broke
And
away from his regular self. Yeah, that's
yes,
why I said
and he
diversification could be.
overshadowed Ranbir Kapoor, I will say.
Oh, he did,
Because
hands down. I mean,
hands
Ranbir
down.
Kapoor had the whole movie to himself, but Lord Bobby,
Yeah,
just
Lord Bobby,
15
when Lord
minutes.
Bobby came in, it was
Yeah, I mean, you wanted that character to live, actually.
yes. Even
He
in the end,
dies.
when they both
Yeah,
are getting the fight, I want
even though he's the villain, but you feel bad when he dies in that
yes.
movie. So
Even when
that is.
the fight was happening, I was hoping that Bobby will win, and in the second part, something is going to come.
Yeah, or something he lives at least, so that some. But yes, the movie was it is so. Now let's come down to the entire the controversy bit of it, because without controversy, I mean, that's what we are here to discuss, right? The negative publicity, the entire, oh, this movie is this, that, but you shouldn't go and watch. There were both
On
right
Twitter,
wing,
if you
left
would
wing,
have
everybody talking, telling that you shouldn't go to watch this movie. Right wing talking, oh, they've used swastika and whatnot, and then left wing, oh, no, no, they've shown women in a bad way.
yeah, they have
Uh,
shown men in a bad way, like
so, I
the
mean,
one they
no one
yes.
was kind to this movie. I mean,
Yeah, no one was kind, even for the Ranbir Kapoor's role for this dad. That was something that I
yeah.
was seeing on Twitter. People were talking a lot about it,
Hmm.
and someone even said on Twitter that this movie is setting a bad example for the young kids these days and young girls these days, that
Hmm.
they should go more towards toxic masculinity. But I
Yeah, so
think,
now talking about toxic masculinity, like this movie has suddenly marketed alpha male.
yeah,
Like in the today's age, when we're talking about I mean, what is in trend right now? Let's look at the present trend. The trend is feminism. Not just
yes,
feminism. Gender, not just gender equality. Also, it is gender fluidity.
right.
That you can be anything. I can call myself a woman, and I mean, if I feel like a woman, I can call myself a woman. You can be a child with a bed on your face. I mean, don't cancel us, guys. I mean, oh, okay, you can cancel us. Go ahead and do that. But we are here to be controversial. So let's be controversial. Yeah, like in this present generation, where we're talking about LGBTQ, we're talking about trans able, trans this, trans that, and like you cannot call someone the words that we used to use when we were
Yeah,
kids, or when
times have
we I
changed.
was young. Things have changed, and suddenly there's this entire movie about being an alpha male, and it is being spoken about in that movie.
Right.
Okay, this is what an alpha male is like. And he that's how he gets the girl also. He gives her a choice. what do you want? I mean, if you were a cave woman and I was a caveman, like, what would you go for? You would go for an alpha male who gets you the stuff, protects you, or you would go for the guy who sings song for you, but he's a sissy. Basically, that's what he says, right?
Right.
So it is like breaking away from the ongoing trend. Like, what is today's generation? Everybody is doing the same shit over and over again. Like, talk about the reels. I mean, we are into social media marketing. I mean, we as marketers do that, right? You and I,
Right.
अच्छा भाई आज ट्रेंड में क्या चल रहा है, let's make a reel on that, है ना?
Right.
So that is our usual thought process. So everybody is doing the same thing, and like that has become like the content. Everybody is making the same content and getting views out of it. And there's this movie which comes and breaks away from the status quo,
Right.
and
Yeah.
and it talks exactly opposite. So it is it is like one thing is you follow the trend, and another thing is you create a
You make
trend.
the
I
trend.
mean,
You are
start
the
a trend of
trendsetter.
your own. So something. I mean, you have to be bold, and you need to be really alpha male to do that, right? I mean, this is another case study for marketing, like how you don't go along with. I'm not here to. We are not here to say this is right or wrong. Whether
That's your
uh,
decision. That's your
no,
thought
please continue.
process on to think about if it's wrong or right. But yeah, we are here to discuss about the marketing case study, the marketing lessons you can learn from the Animal movie.
Oh, I got frozen. So yeah, so we are not here to discuss whether being an alpha male is right or being feminism is right or wrong. We are not here to discuss right or wrong. We are talking about like discussing the marketing bit of it. So yes, breaking away from the. I mean, this could be the new case study. This could be a new in thing that you see what is the ongoing trend, and you just start swimming in the opposite direction of the
Right.
current.
And you make your own trend. You are the trendsetter basically.
Yeah,
And that's what I think Animal movie did very well. Starting
yeah. Where
starting with the trailer launch, it was perfectly launched. Many
yeah.
people got to know about it. The hype was built at that point of time. They used all the channels available to them, which is omni-channel marketing. I will say they were offline advertisements, there were online advertisements. I saw advertisements on TV as well,
Mhm.
and then they used organic marketing pretty well using UGC. That song got viral where Lord Bobby he dances with the cup on his head that we did, and social media marketing I think again hyped it to a lot of extent because that song organically grew so much that everybody was dancing on it. Now again,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
trend was
So
set
the trend was
by the
set like both that Dil Hai Chhota Sa version, that rock band version
yeah,
of Ranbir Kapoor, that also became a trending
that
reel in
also
itself. Everybody was making a reel. You and I, we made reels. We're using that music.
right. And even
Like
the look of Ranbir Kapoor, few people were talking about it. Like everything in the movie,
yeah, I
people
mean,
were talking about
imagine like here we are living in a generation. I mean, since I've been in college, the guys shaving their chest has been in trend. Like the heroes have been shaving their chest.
it.
I mean, there was a time, 70s and 80s were all about hairy men, and like then suddenly there's a trend where the guys started shaving their chest. And then this movie, it starts comes back with like really hairy men, and Ranbir Kapoor saying, no, you should keep all your hair, you shouldn't be shaving it because God has given it to you. So, and Ranbir Kapoor comes all hairy chested, like in this movie where he was a really chocolate hero. Again, I
Right.
mean, there's another pivot out here, like, with Ranbir Kapoor being from that Savaria days to being an animal,
Yeah,
all that
animal.
hairy
Both
beast.
the actors pivoted from their original roles, and now that's what I think made this movie far better and reachable to more guys, as it was pivoted to a new thing, and people
Right,
didn't expect that from both of these people.
right.
You know, that's what I was even going back to my Twitter. So people were talking before the launch of the movie. That's what people were talking about on Twitter. That
Hmm.
oh no, Ranbir Kapoor is this. He shouldn't be doing this. You are no
Right.
one to tell him what he should be doing.
Right.
It's his business, it's his life, and that's what made him successful. These
That's what,
people talking
and you see, he became successful with this. I mean, so far he was doing all that chikna roles, and he was
Yeah.
not doing well. I mean, there were a
Yeah.
couple of movies that worked for him. Then Ranbir Kapoor also had a really bad phase, and
Right.
suddenly he also takes a risk and diversifies into that beast of a guy. You know, he works out, pumps up his shoulders.
Yeah.
We haven't seen Ranbir Kapoor like that, right? He
Right.
has been always that slim trim Italian suit guy, and
Yeah.
here he is like in his lungis and like shooting people in the face. So,
Yeah.
talking about shooting people in the face, action and violence. That is the other thing that people have been talking
Yeah.
about.
That was the other thing.
Apart from the toxic masculinity stuff, and treating women in the wrong way, another thing people have been talking about, the extreme violence in this movie, and then
Yeah.
bang bang stuff
Yeah.
in this blood splattering, and one guy with that John Wick stuff. So yeah, there were
Yeah.
two.
Yeah. John Wick, exactly. The John Wick stuff he did in that scene.
Yeah. So there were two sorts of reaction. One was
I really
like,
like that scooter, that
oh
he
yes,
brought in.
that's like I mean it's like boys' toys, dream come true stuff, right?
Yeah.
All of us want that. All of us can say, oh, violence is bad, but we all love that stuff,
Yeah, we all
like
love that, and no one wants to watch a sad movie where there is no
yeah.
action. The people get bored at the end.
Dude, I mean, nobody wants to watch a movie where the hero is getting beaten up. You want to see one guy beat up so many bad guys, right?
Yes,
And that's what heroes are about. I mean, let's not say it is real or not real, or oh, so much violence. I mean, I grew up watching. I mean, like, what are we talking about? Which world are we living in? I mean, I grew up watching Gulshan Grover and Shakti Kapoor movies. I mean, I didn't draw my life. I didn't turn into a Gulshan Grover or Shakti Kapoor in my life. So
right.
it's not that I don't completely agree with. Like then again, I'm not here to pass judgments on people's thoughts. But again, people have been talking like all that criticism. It all went in the favor. I mean, I'm the guy.
Right.
I would have sat with you and watched it on torrent, or I would have waited for it to come. I'm the kind of guy who waits for movies to come on the OTT platform. But for Animal, I made an exception. I spent 750 bucks for myself, and I went to the hall with my. I mean, so 1,500 bucks in total. Went to the hall and watched the movie in the theater, and spent extra money on the popcorns and stuff like that. So yeah, so because of that entire, there was
Hype.
so much hype. I mean, the negative hype, you can say, like everyone saying, oh, it's so much, there's so much violence, and I personally am the kind of guy who has watched Quentin Tarantino movies. I love John Wick. I loved Anurag Kashyap's Gangs of Wasipur. सो मेरे को लगा लाइक कितना ही वायलेंस होगा जितना दिखाया है उससे क्या ज्यादा होगा आई मीन एंड ट्रस्ट मी इट वाजंट दैट as much as they made it out to be. So
Right.
yeah, so I mean, somewhere I felt kind of cheated. Oh, यार इतना ही तो था जितना ट्रेलर में दिखा उतना ही था.
Right.
But since so talking about the negative publicity, the critics like Anupama Chopra, like the validated critics and all, when they started talking about it, like guys like you and me, we started thinking, अच्छा है क्या इस movie में? ऐसा भी
ऐसा
क्या
क्या?
है? ऐसा भी क्या है,
Let's go and
let's
watch
go
it
and
now.
watch. And then Sandeep Reddy Vanga, like he played on it. He also came and rebutted them in another critiques interview show. So that's what I'm saying. You need to work the odds in your favor. I mean, you should know how to do it. I mean, it could have bombed really bad for them, like in the case of Adipurush.
Right.
Adipurush, they couldn't handle their negative publicity in the right manner, and it bombed really bad. I mean, they were like they became really obstinate. No, 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 everything is right, and then then they suddenly apologized for it. So
Yeah.
their timing for whatever they were doing was wrong. On the other
Right.
hand, in Animal, whatever they did, like how they handled the situation and the marketing was extremely well. That is what worked in their favor. I mean,
Yeah, it's so once of course first it's difficult to be a trendsetter. It's difficult to get the things going. Now once the things are going, you need to know how to handle it. If you are driving a car at 80, you need to know where you
hmm,
should steer it. So that's where
exactly
Adipurush went wrong, and that's where Animal went right. They
right.
knew how to steer it, and especially
Correct.
considering the amount of hype and the amount of criticism they got, it was not easy to handle. Even uh, you know But yeah, the
Right, and
overall
the kind
team
of
worked well.
criticism that they were getting, Javed Akhtar, Anupama Chopra, everybody coming and speaking against the movie,
Right.
Nasiruddin Shah, these kind of people, And then again, this is all the one school of thought. Then there's right wing guys also who are like, nahi, 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 ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए, ये Ranveer Kapoor beef खाता है, and like this and that, lot of things going on over here. But
Right.
like these guys, they kept their cool, took the right decisions in the right time, and made the movie a huge success. I mean, it's actually more than a successful movie.
Yeah, it's more than a success, and still people are watching that movie. Even a few
Right.
of my friends, they have watched it twice.
Yeah, actually, I was thinking of, I mean, watching it twice because there's certain places you want to understand the movie also. It is a long movie.
Right. Exactly.
And then let's not forget, like, at the end of the movie, I mean, whoever watched that, they've left a teaser for the second part of the sequel of the
Exactly,
movie as well.
exactly. People are already looking forward to when is the second part coming in. So
Second part,
that
so
helps
there's
us
a
a
lot
lot.
of engagement that is going on over here.
Yeah.
So talking about engagement, coming down to the songs, I mean, yes, we have already spoken briefly about the songs in the beginning of this podcast, but yeah, coming down to the songs, each and every song, the way that it has been templated.
Yes.
Let's talk about, before we get into the song, Anmol, let's talk about the branding, the entire logo of Animal that has been created. I
Right.
mean, usually
Again,
there's a usual font, kuch kuch hota hai, like those
yeah.
stuff. Like, but this is like a proper branding, a logo
Yes,
that.
yes. They have worked very well on the branding, I will say. Like,
Right. Well, what's your take on that? Just talk a little bit about
I
that.
will say it is rememberable. I still have that logo in my mind
Yeah,
right now.
that
When you spoke
golden
about it, the logo came with the animation.
came in your head, right? I mean, you
Yeah.
could spot it from a
So
distance.
basically, if you see, the colors they have used, they
Hmm.
use the psychology part very well because it makes you remember. Then the animations, transitions, even the name. So generally, animal. It could be a
Hmm.
very generic thing, but the way they have portrayed it with the effects, with the sounds, the right jingles, I will say, everything
Hmm.
matches it perfectly, and that's what makes me remember the name of the movie and the logo. It's still in my mind. I
Hmm.
cannot make it here and show you right now, but it's once you see it, you won't forget it, and that is what marketing is about. You need
Hmm.
to see who you are targeting, you need to see what they like, and you have to make it as per that, so that once they see it, they remember it. Now people, many people come to us, of course, they say us, okay, we are looking for this, but we don't want to do this, let's say. Now if I talk about animal movie, if they didn't took the psychological factors into the consideration, the color codes they are using, the fonts they are using, the target audience they are using, then I don't think that we would have been remembering that logo of the movie. But it all happened because the people behind the scenes put in effort into that, and then they made it. I will say that this is something that every brand should consider. Whereas, right now the generic perspective about marketing is that you do it for a day and then you forget about it for your whole life. But it's not like that. And even till today, I think the movie is marketed on Twitter. People are still talking about it, and there is still hype going about it, and
Oh,
people are
it's
using
it's
that song.
continuous hype. It hasn't stopped. The
Yeah,
movie is still doing well in the halls,
yeah,
and there are people who watched it four times. I know people who have watched it four times, and it's a long movie. It's more than 3 hours of a
3 hours.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people are spending money from their
Even
pocket and they're
that
watching
3 hour
it.
pointer, Ashwin,
Yeah,
I was reading a report. So the movie, before going for a review, it was around somewhere around 3 or 40-45 minutes. Then after the
right,
review, a few parts of the movie were cut out, and then it
right,
became what we are seeing right now. So you can
right.
imagine the still, we watched that movie. Of course, it gave me a bit of headache, but yeah,
And I'm
I
talking
still
about
remember.
that on YouTube recently. Yes, yesterday I watched on YouTube. There's an uncut version that has been brought out for that Bobby Deol and Ranveer Kapoor fight on the airport on the runway. There's an uncut version of it that has been released by Animal on YouTube, so you
Wow.
can sit and watch that that bit of it as well.
Again,
If you
it's
want,
marketing.
it is marketing. It is good. I mean, they're still keeping the consumers engaged.
Engaged.
Yeah. So I
That's
mean,
how a brand is built. Even if I give the audience example of who are watching us,
hmm.
so how we started with that simple animation, nothing. Now everyone remembers us from that jingle.
Yeah. Right.
Drum
Right.
roll, guys. Whoever
Right.
sees us on the road, they do this. So people know us. Everything matters. We never initially, when we did this, we thought it was just cool, but now it has become our identity. People remember us from this now. They don't
Mhm.
they don't say that we are from the Young Turks Dialogue. They don't say we are from Crop, but they do this.
We are the drum
Again,
roll
it's the
guys.
recognition factor that we have
Yeah,
gotten. Same thing is
right.
with the animal movie. People are still watching it because of
That glass,
that
that
image,
glass has become
glass.
a recall factor. Then
Glass has become
Ranbir
a recall
Kapoor's
factor.
cigarette smoking face,
Cigarette smoking, beard, the way
beard,
he acts with
dresses,
women,
all
everything,
buffed up. Yeah,
popped up.
that, yeah. So yeah, they brought that
There
masculinity
is
back.
one another thing that this movie gives an inspiration to a lot of people to get fit at
Hmm.
the ages above
Well, I
40,
don't know
40.
about getting fit, where they will promote smoking a lot, which I
Yeah,
don't favor. But yes, I mean, oh, let's be honest, it looks good on screen.
yeah, it looks good
It
on
looks
screen, of
good on
course.
screen. We all know that smoking is bad, but yeah,
Yeah, we all know smoking is bad.
so I don't know if it promotes. I mean, when we talk about fitness, I don't think it promotes fitness that much, but still,
Yeah,
yeah,
no, no.
yeah.
Outside of movie
Yeah, I
about
mean,
the
when
movie
you
that got
see
viral.
what Ranbir Kapoor and Bobby Deol went
Yeah,
through to
behind
get
the
into
scenes,
that
behind
shape
the scenes.
behind the scenes, yes, that definitely
Behind the
like
scenes
just like
video, I think one behind the scenes video got viral after in which Bobby Deol was eating something and he was telling
oh,
after
this is
six
so good.
months.
That's such
Yeah,
a good
it
video.
is so good.
Yeah,
Again,
yeah.
it is marketing of the movie.
Yes, yes, yes,
He
yes,
has
yes.
promoted it that for 6 months I haven't eaten any butter. Now I am eating it after the shot of the movie.
Right.
So it feels good,
Yeah,
Again,
yeah.
it is marketing. Everything is marketing that we do online, but
Correct,
still,
correct.
people don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, like for example, like in Dangal, when the
Dangal.
Khan's body transformation, that was hugely spoken about more than the movie. People watched as a body transformation.
Yes,
But the people
exactly.
still talking about it. I mean, it
Yeah,
inspired me. It helped me lose weight myself. I mean, so yeah, I
yeah,
lost
of
13
course.
kilos, guys.
Yeah,
By the way, so yeah, I mean it does inspire you somewhere. I mean you see them doing it and then you realize yes, they are also human beings and we can also do it. So yes,
yeah,
definitely. Yeah, but the movie itself does not yeah,
yeah.
like
The movie
Anmol and
itself.
I, we don't smoke. We do drink a little bit at times, but we don't
Yeah,
smoke and we don't support smoking.
yeah,
We're completely against that.
yeah,
So, yeah, so yes, talking about the songs, each song was packaged well. I mean, the branding, the templating, the way it was edited, the way it was put on YouTube, and then again, let's not forget the user-generated content that came
yeah.
afterwards. Everybody,
UGC, of
oh,
course. UGC is the
that
top.
was another icing on the cake, cherry on the top.
Yeah. Action and violence, negative publicity, impact of songs, alpha male portrayal, all of
Yeah, I
these
mean,
things.
basically going against the trend, taking risk. They again basically checked all the ticked all the check boxes in the good
Marketing.
marketing
Yeah.
checklist,
Yeah,
right?
they did it very well, I will say.
Yes, it is a marketing genius again. I mean,
Again, it's a
so
marketing.
yeah. So guys,
I
I mean,
think this makes a good case study
people who
for
have
our
not
audience.
watched this movie, I mean, we it entirely depends on you, the kind of movie you like. If you like bang bang, blood splattering, and if you're not too touchy about how being politically correct, you go watch this movie. It is same Bollywood family drama, but with a different twist.
Yeah,
Yeah, the movie is the entire story. You get it from the trailers itself. So
right.
it's I would say it's not like a cinematic genius. I mean, I'm not a movie technique, but it's good to watch here. I mean, it is
Yeah, it's
entertainment.
good.
What the hell?
It's good entertainment. Basically,
It
movies
is
are
good
meant for
entertainment, and it
entertainment.
is good marketing, and they have kept you captivated throughout the movie. Like you said, that machine gun moment. Yeah, I mean,
I
that was
really like
something.
that movie.
Yeah, and that entire that comedy scene that comes before
Yeah,
that underwear scene,
yeah,
that was
oh,
really
I
good.
remember
So
that.
I mean, you don't get bored. Like so, the first part is completely comedy. Second part becomes really intense and dark. Well, the entire movie is really dark. So if you like the
Right,
dark humor, dark action, dark emotions, toxic masculinity. Yes,
right.
you go ahead and watch this movie. If you are touchy, if you are, you know, mm, a feminist or, too politically correct, then yeah, avoid this movie because you might puke through the movie. Yeah, if you don't have the stomach for it, don't watch it.
Yeah.
But
Or you
yeah,
should take a Pudinara and then go and watch it.
yeah, or two shots of JD. That works wonders.
That would
Then your toxic male comes out.
and then you would like to watch.
Oh yes, old
You will
monk
not
would
come
work
back.
better. Talking about old monk, we might do one podcast about old monk soon.
We can.
How about
We,
episode 36 is about old monk?
yeah. Old monk marketing.
Old
The
monk,
nostalgia.
yes. We talk about the legend old monk in our next podcast, so stay tuned, guys.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
With on that note,
Thank you
keep
so
the
much for
animal
watching
inside you
in. Be an
alive.
animal inside and out.
Yeah.
In marketing. In marketing. I
Yes,
will say.
Anmol liked it the movie more because he has a beard himself.
Yeah, of course. I would like to again grow the beard that was in the episode 26 or 25.
Right, he should bring it till here. Long
Of
hair.
course, it suits my hawk
He starts
personality.
bringing gun to the office.
Yeah,
He's gonna fit that machine gun on his Harley Davidson.
yeah, I think that is a good idea. Some people on the road need it.
Yeah.
So, thank you so
All
much for
right. On
watching it.
that note, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Like we said, we are not here to support this or that. We are here. We were here to discuss the marketing bits of the movie. We, as personally, enjoyed the movie. It's up to you. If you agree with us and you feel we have missed a few points, leave your comments. If you don't agree with us, you want to swear at us, you want to abuse us, you can leave your comments as well. We would be happy. Animal has inspired us. Their marketing has inspired us, so we would be happy to take your negative comments as well. Right. So on
Thank
that
you so much
note,
for watching, and we
ciao.
will be back with an episode. Thank you.